Dear judges of the International Court of Justice, my name is Kjelld Masoud Kroon. I'm from the beautiful island of Bonaire in the southern part of the Caribbean Sea, and I am one of the 8 residents of Bonaire taking the Dutch state to court to demand protection against climate change. For a couple of years now, our island is experiencing the rise of sea levels. Beaches that I and a generation of my grandparents and parents grew up on are submerged underwater. Even parts of our island that have very important cultural meaning to us are also now being flooded as well. The corals, which our island rely on for so many things such as food, but then also tourism, they're bleaching, which causing a major impact on our fishermen and on our livelihood. Weather in the region is becoming more and more extremes. We have more hurricanes are going off the path, and this makes it more difficult for people on the islands to prepare themselves for these difficult times. Furthermore, the rise in extreme heat is making it difficult for the elderly on our island to go outside during the day at the risk of heat-related health issues. These extreme weather conditions and the inability for fishermen to fish for the daily bread or for elderly to go outside, this impacts our right to life, the right to live an everyday life in a manner that we see fit. Well, you might ask, why are we taking the Dutch state to court? This is because on the international level and on a national level, the Netherlands is still responsible for Bonaire. This because of its colonial ties and honestly still colonial present. We see that in the international stages when it comes to different conferences around climate, the Netherlands never represents the interests of the island. They are there, they don't bring our people, they do not represent our interests. Here in the Netherlands there are many laws and policies put in place and emergency plans as well to protect people, be it if it's for flood, for heat, for if a dike breaks, anything like that. But for the islands that the Netherlands is responsible for, there is not a word on paper. The lack of representation both nationally and internationally for the people of Bonaire inhibits our right to self-determination. We cannot make our own policies, we cannot fight for ourselves on international stages. Our plight to the judges of the International Court of Justice is to keep stories from islands like Bonaire, from islands like Vanuatu, from the islands and the regions in the world that are the most vulnerable to climate change. Keep us in mind. Make sure that the policies, the decisions that are made represent everyone around the world, not just big, powerful countries in the global north, but also the most vulnerable ones that are dealing with the impacts of climate change right now. Dear judges, will you hear our call?